Welcome back. If you joined me for previous segments of this webinar, then you know that we've been discussing equitable grading and feedback practices, the role that alignment plays inside of this work, and how we might use formative and summative assessment strategically in order to gain traction and move learners forward. This is just one example of what a formative assessment cycle might look like inside of a course. If you take a peek at this particular graphic, what you notice is that my very first lessons and learning experiences with students involve heavy formative assessment. Take a peek in the upper left-hand corner. I might teach 3 different lessons around very discrete learning targets, and I might assess progress toward those very discrete targets, one small chunk at a time. I might then invite students to stop and self-assess and reflect about how their thinking, learning, and work has changed over the course of that formative assessment stretch before we head back into the learning. And when we head back into the learning, there's more formative assessment happening. We stop, self-assess, and reflect. How is our thinking, our learning, or our work changing? As we move through a module, opportunities for formative assessment give me good feedback that I can use to shift my instruction. They also give me the opportunity to provide more feedback to learners so that the thinking, learning, and work that they're doing is changing and evolving and deepening, and also becoming more refined and more accurate over time. As opportunities for formative assessment scale back, we can then give a module assessment. A module assessment assesses the module outcomes and the embedded learning targets inside of them that students have now had ample opportunity to practice, receive feedback upon, and then use to change their thinking, their learning, and their work. For this reason, a module level assessment is appropriate to take a grade on. Those self-assessments and reflections are appropriate to take grades on as well, although your weighting of them should be far less heavy than how you're necessarily weighting an examination that's more summative in nature. So this diagram illustrates, for instance, what the beginning of a course might look like, where formative assessment might live inside of your instruction, where you might pause with learners and give them opportunities to self-assess, reflect, and take smaller module assessments once you know and you're confident that they've had ample opportunity for practice and to receive feedback and to get better at what they're doing over time. How does this all work inside of the grade book? This is the conversation that I will pursue in our next segment, and I hope to see you there.